Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rikakwadash. Dabba is the great minister, elder, apostle, and teacher as well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. And the Shalom to the sincere Akim that's out there making a body a living sacrifice, going out there in the highways and byways and hedges, proclaiming his truth, keep doing so to those may be. And the Shalom to the sincere Akwathium that's out there resting your husband, being a pillar of rest, keep doing so to those may be. Alright, this is St. Louis GMS, come back again with another camp lesson. And Lord's willing this to be edifying, okay? So basically today's camp lesson, what we are going into is being staying ready so you don't have to get ready. And the reason for this because, hey, we living in some evil times, okay? And these evil times they were living in, you can't be on the, you can't be playing the fence, okay? You can't be settling on your leads, and you can't be too comfortable, too lax, okay? Because before you know it, all hell is breaking loose, okay? So the reason why we come out on the highways and byways and hedges, you know, to warn the flock, okay? And ultimately this message is for the elect only, okay? So it's whether you take this message and take heed to it, or you could be one of those jakes that get ready at the last moment and it costs you your life, okay? Right. So we got the brother here, he's gonna read on basically the U.S. crime right now and how bad it is right now. And it's only gonna get worse because how they put it, the facade out here that ICE is getting rid of all the criminals, and you know, they crack it down on crime. In actuality, they really not. They actually making things way worse than what it is, man, okay? Because this whole ICE thing is gonna lead to more violence, okay? Because people ain't putting up with it no more, all right? All right, ain't pulling up. Not my brother.
Okay. The AI overview?
Yeah, let's show more.
Okay. Okay, this is the AI overview from Google, and it says, violent crime in the U.S. has been decreasing though rates remain higher than in many other developed countries. In 2024, there were approximately 359 violent crimes per 100,000 people, a 16.9% decrease from previous years. Despite the overall drop, some specific areas, like certain cities, still experience high crime rates, and the lethality of violent crimes has increased since 1994.
See, and you see, and violence has increased since then, man, okay? Because, hey, you can hop on Instagram or any social media now, and you can literally see the crimes being committed now, man, okay? Now, you got this whole ordeal with the SNAP benefits being cut off, you know, which, hey, Jay go be a fool, and then you falling right into this devil's snare, okay, that he's setting before you, all right? And if you fall into that trap, then you ain't take heed to none of the counsel of the Lord, okay? Because you decided to rely on being carnal and relying on violence, all right? But we understand that these things need to happen according to prophecy because the kingdom of heaven has to come forward no matter what. And Esau Edom, he got to come down with the great wrath regardless upon Jake, all right? He started now, but it's only going to get worse, all right? Yeah, that's really it on this. So we can go ahead and start getting some scriptures on it.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 12, and verse 35. And it reads, let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning, and ye yourselves like unto men that wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding. And when he cometh and knocketh, that they may open unto him immediately.
Right, so hey, let your loins be girded and your lights burning, meaning your, you know, being in this truth. You know, you gotta be on fire, man. All right? And that's a form of you staying ready because hey, you never know when this shit can pop off, man. All right? Because when you settling too much, you being too damn comfortable, all right? You're not being on fire, you being lukewarm, then hey, the Lord can spew you out, man. All right? And if you are one of those jakes, man, you can't be doing that, man. Because when this devil come down with that great wrath, you can't say that nobody told you to stay ready, man. All right?
Right.
And that's been a model that the elder apostles been pushing on brothers, man. You know, you gotta stay ready, man. You always gotta be abounding in the work, man.
This is a little bit more. It says, verse 37, blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants. And this know, that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thieves would come, he would have watched, and have not suffered his house to be broken through. Verse 40, be ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when ye think not.
And did not the Lord give us a warning saying that, hey, he coming like a thief? Okay? So does the thief tell you when he's gonna break in your house? Hell no. Okay? But the thing is, the Lord gave the warning, all right? Like, hey, I'm coming when you least expect it, all right? And the Lord said, look out for the signs and the times, man. That's why the Lord said, be watchful unto prayer, man. Okay? Because when you're watching the signs, you will understand what time frame you're in. You know that the end draweth nigh, right? And you ain't gonna be the Jake that's trying to be in the scrambling mode in the last day, man. Okay? Wondering what you can do, all right? When you seeing martial law troops, all right? You seeing people getting gunned down in the streets, all right? You gonna be panicking, man. Versus you being, as the scripture said in Isaiah 33 and verse 6, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, man. All right? Because, hey, this violence here is only going to get worse, man. All right? Violence is only going to get worse. It don't even matter if they have the National Guard here. It don't matter if they got martial law instilled. People are still going to be losing their minds and crashing out, man. All right? Go ahead and get your precepts. But if you going to be that Jake that get ready at the last moment, you going to be caught in the violence as well, man. All right? Because the Lord going to make sure his man is preserved and safe, man. Okay? He going to lead you out the way of that destruction, man.
As we were talking about earlier, you know, all of the examples that we brought forward.
Yeah, like you had that those 3 Edomites fucking purge outfits knocking on that black woman's door. You know, hey, this is just only the beginning, man. Because basically martial law already here. And now, the famine is about to hit. And now when the famine hit, that's when the purge gonna start. You know? So yeah, everybody got in their mind about the person that they want to get. You know what I'm saying? Or they know, especially these Edomites. Hey, these Edomites are ready. You know, they've been training and preparing for this. All right. It's just you Israelites, you niggas and Latinos, you just don't know.
Right. You know, Jake be trying to be too much in party mode, la la land. Here it is, your enemy getting ready for you, man.
Right.
Okay? It don't matter how many Glocks and how many switches you got, man. This devil gonna come with artillery that you can't even match, man.
That's right. Robots too, man. Like, it don't even gotta be him. He could just send a damn android in there to pull your ass apart.
Right. And just like how they are funding ICE, man, you think they ain't gonna fund them with top of the line artillery, man? Damn right they are, man. And then if you Jake's thinking, oh, I got my switch, I got my AK, I got this, and hey, the Lord, hey, you taking your chances now, man.
Right, and they actually train too. They in formations. They got certain tactics. You know, when they breach the door, they throw the flag, the smoke or the flash, bang in there, disorient you, and then come in and shoot you. But yeah.
And if you know how Esau moves, man, he always gonna come when you have a disadvantage to him.
That's right.
Being unaware, you make yourself more prey.
Yeah. That's why the scripture says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that time.
That's right.
You know, because if you don't know shit, then right, that's gonna cost you.
Right, and that's why, like Jeremiah 30 says what it says. Why do I see men holding their loins like a woman in travail, man? You know, you're gonna have grown ass men, you know, 6'6", you know, acting like little bitches out here, man. Looking at their woman to save them, man. You know? That's why, you know, we supposed to be, you know, get into these scriptures, get into, you know, basically building up your mental, your spirit, you know. Because, hey, when this shit hit the fan, man, it's going to be you and your faith in that day, man.
Right. You said Luke 12 and 47.
Come on.
Luke 12 and 47. And that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more.
Yeah, so, hey, here it is, you know, being in the faith, you know. You supposed to know what the Lord's will is, man. You know, the Lord telling you be circumspect. You know, the Lord telling you to redeem the times, man. The Lord said, measure thou the time diligently, man. And if you're not doing that, man, then what the hell are you doing? Okay? Because you can't act surprised when Jacob's trouble is really full effect and you literally seeing people getting gunned down, man. Okay? Because that right there, that's going to show you you was bullshitting the whole damn time. Okay? You wasn't taking the truth seriously. Okay, and then a lot of chicks, when they see these persecutions happen, they're going to fall away from the truth, man. Okay? They're going to discontinue themselves as being calling themselves Hebrew Israelites, man. Okay?
Yeah, we're seeing it a lot now. You know, all these jakes getting on TikTok and YouTube, and why I'm no longer Hebrew Israelite. You know? Like, how the hell can you change your nationality? You are an Israelite by blood. So, regardless if you're in the truth or not, you're still an Israelite. And the Edomite man still hates you. You know, he probably, I mean, shit, if anything, he hate us more because we know that we the Israelites. But I guess it's why your bitch ass don't want to be associated.
What's the dude name? Ringo TV. You know, he all missing out on opportunities. Well, this is what is going to be your fate. And that servant which knew his Lord's will prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes, man. Okay, so you knew what the Lord's will was, but you did not prepare yourself. You actually went back into the world, man.
It was a shame, man.
You was ashamed because you seen the persecution by and by, man. Okay?
That's right.
And you said, you know what? I think this would be way more comfortable for me to be in the world.
I got like
Okay.
3, dude. This is it's Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay. The fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. Okay, because that's the true riches, is the wisdom, knowledge of this truth. Okay, knowing that you're an Israelite, knowing what pleased the Most High. Because, like the brother said earlier, you're coming into a time where that's all you're gonna have is your faith. Okay, the gun not gonna save you. Yeah, you might defend yourself eventually, but what if that gun run out of bullets? Then what you gonna do? You know, you're gonna have to have divine intervention to help save you from the hell and turmoil that's coming here.
That's right.
And those Edomites that showed up at that Eve door, all right, like I said, it's just only the beginning, man. And they was trying to get in the house and all that. And yeah, man, she was scared.
Yeah, because we coming into some time where a lot of these women gonna be pregnant. Like, I don't know if you brother seen that video with that Edomite. He pulled up in a Challenger, and he basically was asking the woman, you know, basically how much you charging, you know, basically saying like, hey, I pay for it. But then when she said, nah, I ain't selling this, and that, he was like, well, maybe you need to get in the car and stuff like that, you know, so I can, you know, do his thing. Basically, he wanted to rape her, basically, and shit. But she pulled her gun out and stuff, and he like, oh, you got one of those. And, you know, he pulled off. But what you gonna do when it's 5 men, okay? And you only got 30 bullets left, man. You know?
Go ahead, bro. This is 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse, I'll start at verse 6. Wherefore I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of Yahweh, which is in thee by the putting on of my hands. For Yahweh has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Be not thou therefore ashamed of the testimony of our Lord, nor of me his prisoner, but be thou partaker of the afflictions of the gospel according to the power of Yahweh, who hath saved us and called us with an holy calling, not according to our works, but according to his own purpose and grace, which was given us in Mashiach Yahushua before the world began. See, and you know, quite honest, the more this thing go on, I'm not afraid. Ready to get the hell up out of here, man. Like, you know, we don't fear those who can kill the body, man. You know, we fear the Lord, and like the brother said, all these afflictions, they must come, man, for the kingdom to come. So, hey, like the other apostle Tahar, you know, says oftentimes, man, what the hell you waiting on, Esau, man?
Yeah. Because, hey, that's the devil. He coming with that persecution, man. Okay, we all gonna be enemies, man, of the United States.
Enemy of the state.
You know, enemy of the state, man. You know, and hey, you jakes that haven't been paying attention to what's going on, man, you gonna try to act surprised, man. You been warned, man.
All these jakes who been doing everything to try to stay in Esau's good graces, he's still gonna come down on him, man.
What Captain Tazariak say on that whatever that was, basically he said, well, basically he said Deuteronomy 23, we not supposed to abhor Edomite. Like, come on, man, you been in the truth longer than me. You know, you supposed to know what that say, man. But hey, the scriptures say, why trimmest thy ways to seek love, man? Okay.
Right. Yeah, because you've been on Adam 22 and
These podcasts.
yeah, these podcasts
Moses,
and being cool with them, and then eventually that spirit started to take over. What does the scripture say? A man will cleave unto his like. You know? Like, why would you even want to be around an Edomite like that? First off, this motherfucker is a sodomite, a faggot. Second off, he got all tattooed all over his body and on his face. You know?
No, he really with his.
Right. He a cuck. He let his wife get plowed by other men. Okay? And he think that's okay. So, like, what is there to talk about with a dude like that, man? And brothers out there, you know, you should be mindful of the company that you're keeping. Okay? Like, hey, some of these people, they're not worthy to be around you. You know? Because they're literally so demonic, the demons on them will start trying to attack you. Yeah. Like, even if you cool for a minute, eventually that demon gonna take over and start trying to get you, man.
This is James 4, chapter 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Lord, man. So, hey, Captain Zariak, man, you're going to have to choose. Is you going to serve Yahweh Shemiel Shine, or you going to continue to be a friend of the world, man? Okay? Because it seems as if you want to be the cool Israelite, man. Okay? Yeah, everybody come over here, man. I'm Captain Zariak. I'm the cool Israelite, man. You know, the Lord ain't looking for no guy like that, man. Okay? Captain Zariak, you should read the room, man. You know, look at what happened to Alizé, man. He wanted to be the top dog, cool Israelite. Look what happened to him, man. He's somewhere being a nigga somewhere right now, man. Okay? And you next. And Bishop Nathaniel, man. Y'all want to be this high and mighty men of Israel, but y'all ain't humble, man. Okay?
Just
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
now you go ahead.
Now it gets pretty long one. You better go.
This is Matthew 10, verse 32. It says, it's just to land back off what you said earlier about the people that's denying the faith. You know, we gotta bring out the precepts, you know, since we quote them. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny me before men, him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. You want to break it down? Yeah, kind of. So yeah, so if you confess in the Lord, you know, openly, you know, like here it is, they got the torture, they got the knife, the whatever, and Esau got the chip in his hand, about to put it in you, and then what you gonna say? You're gonna say, okay, Esau, go right ahead, or you're gonna say, hey, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, I believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, fuck you, you damn devil. You know, and if you denying the Lord openly, the Lord said He gonna deny you. You know, because Zariak, Bishop McDaniel, I mean, shit. I mean, the list goes on. You know, you don't even call the Lord by His name. So how in the hell do you know somebody and you don't even call them by their name?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, right? And I'm gonna get it in the NLT, right? And this is the parable of the great feast, okay? When there was bidden to the supper, okay? And it reads, start Matthew 22 at the top, it says, Yahushua also told them another parable. He said, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a king who prepared a great wedding feast for his son. When the banquet was ready, he sent his servants to notify those who were invited, but they all refused to come, okay? And that's what we're talking about, right? Okay, get ready for the coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahushua. So he sent another servant to tell them the feast has been prepared. The bulls, the fattened calves have been killed, and everything is ready. Come to the banquet, okay? Come get this knowledge, this truth, this understanding, right? But the guests he had invited ignored them and went their own way to his farm, another to his business. Others seized the messengers and insulted them and killed them, okay? And the messengers that they're talking about are the true prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Right. Okay, out here on the corners, the highways and byways, lifting up the names of Yahweh and Yahushua and bringing this truth out, okay, around all the four corners, but primarily here in Babylon, okay? The king was furious, and he sent out his army to destroy the murderers and burn their town. You see that? Okay, and that's what's going to happen right here in Babylon. Okay, he said, I called, but yet ye refused. Okay, it says, and he said to his servants, the wedding feast is ready, and the guests I invited weren't worthy of the honor. Now go out to the street corners and invite everyone you see. Okay, so the servants brought in everyone they could find, good and bad alike, and the banquet hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to meet the guests, he noticed, listen to this, he noticed a man, okay, who wasn't wearing the proper clothes for the wedding. You see that? When you don't have this 100% truth, okay, you got other philosophies and doctrines of other religions of the world, like you was talking about Captain Tazariak, okay?
Tainted, man. You tainted.
Right. When you break Deuteronomy 23:7 down, talking about we're not supposed to hate them, okay? Yeah, you're supposed to hate these devils. Look at what they did to us, okay?
They still do.
It's still doing today, okay? Okay? But when the king came in to meet the guests, he noticed a man who wasn't wearing the proper clothes for a wedding. He didn't have this 100% truth, okay? Friend, he asked, how is it that you are here without the wedding clothes? But the man had no reply. And see, he wasn't ready. And that's what we're going into today, okay? You gotta have this 100% truth, okay?
The scriptures say, keep thy garments always white.
Right.
Hey, so spotless, man. You
Right.
know, 100% pure,
Con.
man. Not going and swaying into different philosophies, man.
Right.
This with that and
Right.
folklore and wise tales.
Con, Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book and read this book. Man, fuck that other shit, man. That shit gonna get you killed.
That's right.
Okay? I got a little bit more, excuse me. It says, then the king said to his aides, bind his hands and his feet and throw him to outer darkness, there where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen. You got to get ready. That's all I had. Go ahead, brother.
Because, hey, Jacob's trouble, hey, martial law, hey, World War III, and that chip is coming, man. Okay? What are you going to be like in that day, man? Are you still going to be the friend of the world?
Con.
Or are you going to be getting down with these scriptures, man?
Con.
Okay? Brother Ryan, you got something?
You seeing it. That's like I was saying, you're seeing it happening all around these other countries, these other places, little by little, you know, implemented. Now what? You can't use change on the bus, the public transportation.
Yeah, you got to tap the...
Come on, man. Gradualism, we've been, you know, especially the elders and apostles been saying it for years and years. This is how they operate.
It's like that digital ID. It's happened over there in Canada. It's here in Mexico. Ain't it in Canada too?
UK.
In the UK. Okay. Hey, it's coming to Babylon next, man. And it's going to hit hard too, man.
Mexico went all CBDC. Okay? So they right there at the edge, like, all they got to do is flip they come take the chip. They're already ready to go. Okay?
Setting the stages, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I got a precept, and then I'm going to go into the definition. This is Matthew 25, starting at the first verse. It says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins who took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. The foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. While they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man shall come. I'm going to go into a quick definition. Just give me a quick second here. This definition is the definition of procrastination, which is the act of intentionally putting off tasks that should be done, often in favor of more enjoyable or less important activities. It's not the same as laziness. Instead, it is an active choice to delay something, even when you know you shouldn't. This habit can be led to feelings of guilt and stress and can result in decreased productivity and missed goals, right? So every nigga wants to go to heaven, right? As the saying goes, right? But nobody wants to die, right? That's the saying. But here it is, this is your opportunity to be a wise virgin, to get this truth, right? While you have the opportunity, because you don't know, none of us know when the Lord's coming back, but you're going to get caught, your drawers down. Now you just imagine the way you people in the world, when, let me give it to you like this. When you know that you are going to take a trip, right? You know this in a month in advance, you know it 2 months in advance. Let's say you travel by car. What you gonna do? You're gonna get your car road ready, right? You're gonna make sure your brakes is good, you got good tires, right? Well, back in our day, we used to actually carry a paper map. Now they don't do that no more. But you got a map for where you're going, just in case you have to take an alternate route. You've already made preparation for your stay, your lodging. You've already budgeted your money. That's called preparation, right? And this is the time period that you're supposed to be in, preparing for the coming of the Lord, right? But see, you niggas of the world, especially when it comes to you women, you got time, you got energy and effort and money to get your wig tightened up, to get your eyebrows shaved off and drawn back on, get your eyelashes put on, and so on and so on and so on. You can take the time to do that, right? But when it comes to the word of the Lord that can save your soul,
Right.
you have no time for it.
Right. And they got every excuse in the book on top of that. And then when a prophet do bring out the word, they act like that they know it all, and they don't study nothing. You know, like that's just straight up arrogance. Well, it's actually delusion for real.
And I was gonna say, and then when you breaking the word down to Jake, yeah, I read the Bible from front end, from Genesis all the way to Revelation.
I've been reading the Bible before you was born.
Right. And still don't know shit. Okay. Brother Rod, I know you said you got a precept.
Yeah. This is the book of Proverbs 26, verse 13 NLT. It says, the lazy person claims, there is a lion on the road. Yes, I'm sure there's a lion out there. As a door swings back and forth on its hinges, so the lazy person turns over in bed. Lazy people take food in their hand, but don't even lift to their mouth. Lazy people consider themselves smarter than 7 wise counselors. And you know, King Solomon was big to speaking on basically not being the slothful and giving the advice to stay on top of your game, as he says, referring to like maintaining a garden, because that takes work too. You just can't say I want a garden to bring food, but you don't get out there and do what's necessary to keep us going. And then you're gonna get mad at the plants for not growing, and the plants gonna curse you out. Nigga, I need water.
It's 1 2 days.
Right. I need sun. Get all this shit out the way so I can get the sun. You know, if they could talk, that's what it'll tell you. You gotta so you gotta stay on it, right? So you know what's required for you to come back to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, but you putting it off day to day because you got busier things. That's how the Lord sees it. You got better things to do. You telling the Lord, I got better things to do. I don't have time for that right now. I'm not going to that wedding or feast. I got business. You understand? So you think that whatever you got going is more important than the Lord calling you out, which is why he said in the end, which I'm gonna read that real quick, the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, okay? And 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city. I mean, everywhere y'all niggas is at, okay? It says, she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refuse. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind. When distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge, and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they were none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of foods shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. So just like when Yahushua said those parables, like with the 10 versions, all his parables symbolize being prepared. You had those who prepared, those who didn't. You had those who know the will and still said, no, we got time. Like Bishop the thing, I did a lesson earlier. Will he still say 20, 30 years now with everything that's happening? Will he still say that? You know? Because scripture says they give you the deceit of their own heart. He wants it to be 20, 30 years, because that way he'll be old, on his way out the door, and then let the evil comes. When I'm good, gone. Okay, I don't got to worry about it. No, the Lord is bringing it now. But if you don't prepare yourself, you're going to get beaten with many stripes because you knew and you didn't prepare. You know?
Jeremiah say, the prophet that say, the sword shall not come, that's what you're going to get taken by.
Exactly.
Yeah,
The day of the Lord is far off.
right. And hey, that's like a weatherman. You know, you'll be mad at the weatherman. Don't tell you a tornado coming, man. Okay, that's exactly what we are doing, right? But hey, once the forecast goes out, you got to prepare yourself. You know the snowstorm coming. You know the rain is coming. All right. You can't say that nobody didn't tell you, man. All right.
I did have one more. But 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. But chiefly, meaning primarily, okay, them that walk after the flesh in the lust of uncleanliness and despise governments. Let's see if that what I want. Yeah, that's it, okay. And despise government, presumptuous are they, self-willed, they are not afraid to speak evil dignities. I'm gonna jump down to verse 13. It says, and shall receive the reward of unrighteousness as they count it pleasure to riot in the daytime. And when you look that word riot up, it means luxurious living. So you choosing to riot in the daytime, and Yahushua says, I must do the work while of the day, because when night comes, no man working. Which he's referring to evil times. Because when the evil times come, guess what? We're gonna be off the streets. So time is precious, and you prefer to use your time for luxurious living, playing around. And you think, oh, like the brother said, at the last minute, then that's when I'm gonna put my garment on, and then that's when I'm gonna try to do the work. But it's gonna be too late by then. It's in spots they are in blemishes, sporting themselves with their own deceivings while they feast with you. So you have people who choose to use their time unwisely, and you're supposed to use your time wisely, because there's very little. Time is precious, and there's very little, just like that movie I watched dealing with this Amalekite, but basically the movie goes into he's experiencing the end of the world, and all he could think about is, he just kept saying, I just want to go back, I just want to go back. I finally got to where I want to be, I want to go back. But that's how the day is going to come, as a thief in the night for people, where they just going to realize, like, damn, I thought I had time, but I don't. And now there's no going back. Exactly, there ain't no going back. It's only going forward now. So whatever you got, your faith that you got, that's all you're going to have. Time is precious, man. You cannot waste it.
Yeah, you don't want to abuse your grace period. Jay good for doing this.
Awesome.
This is Jeremiah 50:35. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, said the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their houses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her. And they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. Right? Then it's talking about Babylon. Right? Modern day Babylon, which is America. It said they shall become as women. A woman in the time of war is pretty much defenseless. You know, she's a spoiled, right? And that's how the man of this society have became, right? Because everybody got so comfortable, you know, and yeah, they became weak. A lot of these men, these so-called men, nowadays they don't know how to do anything. They don't know how to do nothing, man. Just play video games, smoke, sip lean.
Yeah, that's funny.
Huh?
I heard a bunch of young guys at my job, and it's like you have to tell them, it's like, what, 3 of them learning steps, you know. It's just like, what I gotta do again?
Right. Yeah, man, they like zombies, bro. You know, and that's a pitiful state to be in, because all of us been in that state at one point in time. Yeah, just do like you ever talk with Jake something, and then he act like he get it, and then when it come time for him to do what you taught him, he don't apply shit that you told him to do.
Man, what was that you told me to do, man? And you looking at him like, nigga, damn. There's that one who be like, yeah, I already know. Like, well, they do what they do.
They can't do it.
Yeah, man, I said that shit.
Like that shit's sick, man. Like, and it goes into Deuteronomy 28, the Lord shall smite thee with madness. Man, you jakes out there are crazy, man. You know, your mind is so fried and just so used to pleasure and you know, and stuff like that. When it comes time for you to actually learn something, you gotta use your head. You can't do it because you're so used to pleasuring your flesh.
Precept laying on back on you. This is Jeremiah 30 in verse 5. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and faces are turned into paleness. Alas, so that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right? Because, hey, we coming into some times where we gonna see grown-ass men that did not prepare themselves, that didn't take of the oil, okay? That didn't keep their lamps burning, okay? Because, hey, you got a lot of jakes in the truth that just floating on by, okay? They ain't doing nothing, man. And like the brothers always say, the spirit will find you out, man, okay? And then, hey, it's going to be that day where your faith, you going to be there, you and your faith, man. And a lot of you guys didn't take the time out today to build up your faith. A lot of you guys didn't take your time to pray to the Lord, okay? To give you more wisdom, more faith, more knowledge, okay? And it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. Man, it's going to be a time of trouble that has never been before seen on the earth, man, okay? It's going to be bad out here, man. So if you ain't prepared yourself, what matter of state you gonna be in that day, man? You gonna be panicking. And then when they bring about the MOTB, you gonna be first in line like a straight goofy to go take it, man. Okay?
But you ultimately don't trust in the Lord to provide for you, man. And to lead you to safety and to order your steps, man. Direct your path, man.
Right. Isaiah 32 or 31 tells you that the strength of Pharaoh is going to be your shame, man. Okay? You gonna literally fall with this place because you ain't prepared yourself, man. Okay, you saw the ways of Esau. Oh, this is way better for me. I can eat. I got a bag of rice, and it's gonna fail you, man.
I got some beans,
right? Pork and beans, like it's gonna fail you, man. And then it says, "But he shall be saved out of it." Who is that talking about? The elect of Israel, man. Right. Okay, because the Lord ain't coming back for all Israel this time, man. Because the first Exodus, hey, the Lord damn near wanted to wipe all of us out, man, because of what niggas was doing, man. This time the Lord has a remnant that's going to be saved, and the remnant is preparing themselves. Okay, the remnant is seeing the things happening before their very eyes and preparing themselves, man.
taking heed.
They're taking heed to the message, man.
Right. Yeah, but some way, somehow, you jakes out there, you just think you just so covered. Right. You know, like sanctified.
I'm saved already.
I don't know.
You got Jake straight thinking that what's the word you like to use? The crib of the crib.
Yeah.
They thinking they all good, man. Like the Lord just gonna pass over them. Okay, I'm good. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, been in this thing for a long time. I'm good. Then the Lord send the judgment right your way. Okay, what you gonna do? Okay, it don't matter how rich you are. The Lord's gonna stumble your ass, man. All right.
You got a piece of hard time. I got that one word. And I got one real quick. Since we were talking about Jake's living in pleasure, man.
We're gonna have this brother get his, then we get yours and stuff.
Real quick, right? This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, starting at the 23rd verse. And it reads, it says, say not, what profit is there of my service? Okay? And what good things shall I have hereafter? Okay? They ain't worried about the future. Okay? They're not worried about serving Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. It says again, at the 24th verse, it says again, say not, I have enough and possess many things. And what evil shall I have hereafter? They ain't worried about what's to come, the will of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. They're secure, okay? It says, in the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, okay? You think you got it good, you on top of your game, all you rappers, all you actors, all you entertainers, all you governors, presidents, kings, you think you got it good, right? Ain't nobody, you can't be touched, right? In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction. And in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. Okay? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna get you. He gonna pour that fire down your back. Okay? Okay? For it is an easy thing unto the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua and the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. Okay? You on top, you wicked, doing all manner of debauchery and abomination. Okay? But again, like I say, when you see Yahweh Hashem Yahushua crack them clouds.
Okay.
Yeah, you get those words. I go last.
This is 1 Timothy 5 and verse 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. You know?
Come on.
And that's for man too, you know. This life ain't about pleasure, but you know, you got a lot of people that just love to kick it. It's never a serious moment. You know, but the scriptures say it's better to be in the house of mourning than the house of mirth, man.
Right.
And it's a time to every season, and right now we're in the season of mourning, man, and sackcloth, man, and waiting on the Lord, man. It's not a thing of trying to build up and just mirth. You know, the mirth is gone out this place. You see all these festivities that they used to have for these different days. Hey, that shit is going in the trash, man. Nobody is participating in this shit like that.
And to add to it, we hope that the continuation of the government shutdown go into November and December and Lord willing January. Because hey, I'll be glad to be able to not show up to these stupid ass Thanksgiving things and you niggas eating all kind of bullshit, man. Fucking pork chops, shitlins, you know? Because you couldn't get it with your motherfucking food stamp.
Hey, they're going to be having a whole bunch of Cornish hens on.
That's all I said. We said
You get one.
hey, say that one, cut that one in half, man. We rationing around here, man. No more fucking sweet potato pie, nigga.
They be lucky to get some black licorice and some chocolate now-laters.
You niggas gonna be throwing that day, man.
Black licorice and chocolate now-laters.
Man,
Damn.
we can't wait, man. And look, things are going to continue to get riled up from here, man. Because I remember the elder Apostle Gabor, I think he had said that's like somewhat of a famine, man. Okay? Yeah. Hey, the Lord gonna break the staff of bread in this bitch, man. And you people gonna be hurt, man. Especially you fucking women, man.
$9,000 in fucking meat.
Oh yeah, that's hurting when they take that away. Oh man, that other Apostle Gabor had me laughing, man. He said, hey, this is a benefit for a lot of you women, man. Maybe you can lose some weight. Go ahead, brother, talk to him. Wait, when you finish the door? No. You go ahead, brother, talk.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 11. It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Right.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand.
Right. So the point is, being in this faith, man, you have to literally be in always constant prayer, man. Putting on the whole armor of God, because hey, when you go out in the battlefield with no armor, you gonna be easy picking for somebody, man. Shit, he don't got nothing covering his stomach. Slice. You gonna be easy picking, man. So just imagine if you don't spiritually got your armor on, man. Satan gonna have a field day on you, man. Esau gonna come down on you and shake you up, man. Okay? And you gonna sell out real quick because you didn't put on the whole armor of God. Now you go into the whole armor.
It's like you walking into battle naked, man.
Exactly.
Everybody else got swords, spears, shields,
Helmets.
Fiery darts, man.
right? And you go up and try to box somebody. This shit ain't gonna work, man.
Kind of book of Ecclesiastes says, where there's no hedge, the possession is spoiled. Okay? And that don't mean just for a woman. That means for a man too. If you're not in the hedge of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you're gonna be spoiled.
And you see what happens when the Lord allowed the hedge of protection to come from over Job, man.
God.
You see what happened to him, man. But the Lord preserved his life. What's gonna happen to you niggas when the Lord not preserving your life, man? You gonna get destroyed, man.
You niggas ain't ready. Shit.
Continuing on in verse 14, it reads, Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, having on the breastplate of righteousness, that your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherein ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. To take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh. Verse 18. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints.
And all those pieces of armor is very important. But what's the most important thing when you out in the battlefield? That shield, man. That shield is very important, man. Okay? Because when you look at these knights and stuff like that, they don't got no shield, but they got the sword, okay? You can easily be overcome, man. But when you got that shield can be a defense and an offense, man.
Doing 300.
And 300, man.
They put them shits together, you know what I mean? And they withstood the darts, man. The arrows.
That is the most important thing that you need, especially being in the truth, man. You need faith, man. You got 2 Corinthians 15?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was holding that. I've been holding that for a while.
Yeah, go ahead and get what happens when you don't have faith, man. Okay?
Second.
You got something, brother? Go home, verse 2 first.
I got 2 Corinthians 16, but you said you want 15?
15 verses 1 to 3.
You want that Proverbs?
Yeah, come on.
This is
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Right. And if you go into that word prudent, all right, it says acting with or showing care and thought for the future, okay? So if you are being prudent, man, you are taking heed and paying attention to what the hell is going on, man. All right? That's why the Lord basically forced that, being prudent, man. Being wise in all your doings, man. Okay?
You're not just thinking about right now, you're thinking about tomorrow and the next day. What your choices will affect tomorrow and the next day.
Exactly. Like that woman, she wasn't using wisdom, okay? She went to go pick up a jacket with her son, and she lost her life because of that, man. She wasn't being prudent, she wasn't being wise, and guess what? She lost her life, man. You see why you gotta be cautious of what you're doing, man? Did not the Lord tell us that the love of many is waxing cold, man? She lost her life doing some stupid shit. She lost her life because she couldn't tell her son no, okay? And then you gotta watch the people you be around, like the brother said earlier. Okay, you gotta understand, we are a prey amongst these people, man.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, they, you know, like the scriptures talk about like a whore envieth a righteous woman, you know, because through the Most High's eyes, we are considered virgins unto Him, you know, and these regular people of the world are jealous, you know, because they considered the whores, you know, through the certain philosophies and shit that they believe in. And so they look at you like, oh yeah, who the hell do you think he is? You just walk around, you ain't say nothing to nobody. You just existed and they jealous.
Guess what? Light and dark can't exist at the same time. So,
That's right.
yeah. Expect that though.
Yeah.
Have to expect that and just, you know,
Roll with it.
roll with it, use the scriptures, be wise in, you know, in your move making. Because yeah, these people watching, especially when shit hit the fan, man. They gonna be looking for, yeah. Well, we know we can go here and get some, or this, you know, where that one dude that was rebuking us that one day, you know, hey, it's coming to these times, man, like brother said. Love many wax cold. And people want their lick back. Even if you ain't laying hands on them, just bringing out the truth is like you stealing on them, hitting them, so.
Yeah.
You know, so
You ain't agree with
that.
Yeah.
For real.
Hey, where the Lord is sharpening these two-edged swords.
Exactly.
You gotta switch up. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 49. Like as a whore envieth a right and honest and virtuous woman. You know?
Keep reading.
Beautiful chapter, verse
49.
All right. And it says, so shall righteously hate iniquity when she decketh herself, shall accuse her to her face. When he cometh, that shall defend him that diligently search out every sin upon earth.
That's right. So basically, like, just you existed because you had the truth. Everybody else is a liar. You know, they believe in false gods and false ideologies, and they have a false sense of safety. You know, and you basically show the mirror to them like what they ain't and what they will never be. So they get mad at that. You know, they feelings get hurt and they ego get bruised.
Right.
But that's all a part of the process because we all went through that.
Wash your face and most come.
Right. Because the Lord has to break you down, whatever it is that you've done before the truth, your way of thinking, how you dealt with your woman, whoever, right? How you deal with your brother, all that gets broken down and you basically come as a child again to learn all over.
Add two. This is Sirach 13, verse 13. It says, observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in the peril of thy overthrowing. When thou hearest these things, awake in thy sleep. And again, the counsel he's talking about was who you're dealing with, especially somebody higher above you. Be careful what you say, all these things, because he said you're walking in the peril of your overthrowing, which is true. Every day we walk in the peril of our overthrowing, so you got to make smart decisions. And he says, when thou hearest these things, awaken thy sleep. So, meaning stay ready, like the brother said, so you don't have to get ready. Don't walk around like you a fool out here. Actually walk like you got a head on a swivel on your head. You know what I'm saying? Your head on the swivel, so to speak. Act like you actually got a head between your two shoulders. All right? And then I got, because we were talking about the pleasure, luxurious life people want to live, is Isaiah 56, verse 10. It says, his watchmen are blind, they are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs, they cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his gain from his quarter. Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant. So that's the attitude of these guys. Let's just live it up, pleasure, all the way, and we're gonna keep living it up no matter what. And as the scripture says, they thought it was pleasure to riot in the daytime. So the time where they really should be taken seriously, they using it rather to just party and play, when this is really not the time for that. Okay? And you know what, I had another one real quick, Slocky. This is Ecclesiastes. Let's see. What? Ecclesiastes, 10, verse 16. It says, "Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child, and thy princes eat in the morning. Blessed art thou, O land, when thy son, looks like when thy king is the son of nobles, and thy princes eat in due season for strength, and not for darkness." It's like, and not for drunkenness. Right, so woe to this land, because one, Esau's in charge. Okay, he's a big child. He's trying to build a ballroom, the White House, etc., while his own country is falling. That's woe to thee. But then it says, "Blessed art thou." It says, "Woe to them because they choose to do all this stuff in the wrong time, partying and playing and murk all that in the wrong time. But blessed is the land when the king do all those things in due season and for strength and not drunkenness," meaning everything is calculated on time. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just pleasure, because a lot of these people who enjoy these pleasures, they have to keep moving and staying high and drunk because they can't stand to sit by themselves and reflect on themselves because they did too much evil. So they have to keep moving and have to keep this high to the next high. They have to be intoxicated. They have to, because being sober destroys them, and dealing with reality is too much to bear. Right. A lot of these people dealing with the truth, it's just too much to bear. So we're gonna pretend like the martial law troops, which by the way, Trump is trying to get them all in all 50 states by April, which literally means look at it like next month, because that's how fast time is moving. Right. November 1st is Saturday, next Saturday. So we're already at the end of the year. April will be here tomorrow. That's how fast it is, And all of those people who thought pleasure to riot in the daytime, didn't want to eat the bitter herb, marrying and partying just like in the days of Noah.
Want to eat romaine lettuce.
Yeah. Comfort Israelites, they want to be comforted and party and play. Those are the ones that's going to be like the 5 foolish virgins. And in the end, they're going to say, "Oh, give us of your oil." And we're going to say, "Go to the sellers about me," and go figure it out.
That's a woman trait, man. Want to be comfortable 24/7. Never.
Serious.
Facing the adversity. You always trying to look for a way to soften it up, or lighten the blow. Yeah, that you ain't gonna grow like that. And then you're not gonna be ready for when that day comes. You ain't gonna know how to handle nothing.
Yeah, that's a bitch ass Esau's, thought process, man, because he raised this generation like that. Because just like when you go to the motherfucking grocery store and they got their little punk ass pink kids falling out in the store because they want Captain Crunch, but they got Cheerios, they fall out and the fucking parents just give in to them, and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? So they went on and just basically just put that from Head Start point, going into kindergarten and on through school. They train your kids, Israelite children, right? So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, train you how to be a fucking weakling in the mind. To be a pussy about life. Right. Just like the brother had said a little bit earlier. I don't mean to ramble. I got a scripture, but it's like we're men, okay? We ain't no punk ass faggots that you want somebody to speak to you soft. Yeah. Anytime you look at any example of the men in the scriptures, they were hard, they were rough. They were rough men. See? And people, our people as well as the other nations, they get offended in that shit. And then, flocky, divert a little bit, just like if you go to let's say you have to go to a dentist or a doctor, you get one of these other nation motherfuckers, the first thing they do is try to attack you because they already know your spirit, right? So they try to put you on the defense. You know what I mean? Like Elon. They love to fucking talk down to you before you even open your mouth. Like I had one try to tell me what was wrong with me. I'm like, how the fuck you gonna tell me what's wrong with me before I even tell you? You know, I ain't even tell you what the problem is yet. You gonna try to fucking tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Stand them motherfuckers.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm alluding
They
to.
arrogant, man.
You know, it's these other nation people, but behind Esau, they've weakened everybody.
Yeah.
You know, with their fucking doctrines and philosophies and thoughts and processes and fucking hypotheticals and all of this other shit.
Just talking nice era.
Right. I do have a precept.
Hey, just like the people say, speak unto a smooth thing.
Yeah.
Fuck, the smooth shit get you killed, man.
Hey, for real.
And the thing is, Jake is an asshole. So the Lord knows how to deal with his own people. And he knows how to get that message to him. He gonna give you that street talk. Okay, a lot of times that street talk, that old grandpa speech, you know, where he just give it to you raw and straight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe make fun of your ass in the midst of it. That's the Lord knows how to get through. The Lord talks to his people like that. When he say you obstinate stiff neck, that's the same as us saying you old hard headed, rock-head ass nigga. That's the same thing the Lord speaking when he speak to our people. You know?
Yeah, because Salaki again, I often see people trying to encourage Jake in this weak ass. I'm like, that shit ain't gonna work. We don't learn like that. You can't reprimand us like that. And I speak for myself too, because man, we hard knock learners as Israelites. That's just what it is. So you gotta be talked to like that, you know?
Then you appreciate it later on.
Yeah, when that lesson come, you be like, man, that's what they were talking about. Gotcha.
This is one of my favorite scriptures. There's so much in it. 1 John 2:15 says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. And that's what we see in our people and all these other knuckleheads walking around here. You know, as they so filled with pride. You know what I mean? Going on, it says, it's not of the Father, but is of the world, and the world passes away in the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever. Little children, verse 18, it is the last time. And as ye have heard that anti-Mashiach or Antichrist, as is written, shall come. And there's a lot of false spirits out here that are claiming to be of Yahweh Mashiach, right? In a matter of speaking. A lot of these people are not in the spirit of the Lord. Who think that they are, have convinced thousands that they are, you know, and these fucking souls follow them blindly.
That's what they ask. Where y'all church at?
Right. You know,
that's what it takes.
finishing it out, it says, even now are there many anti-Mashiachs, whereby we know that it is the last time. So all signs are showing you, right? With the coming famine, Jacob's trouble, martial law, false prophets rising up almost weekly, okay? As the brother was saying earlier, like, it's going to be a time like never before, right? So think of a time period in history where all of this was happening at the same time. I can't think of one, you know, but look at everything that's happening now, as these prophecies says, all at once. You know what I mean? That's all I got for you.
It's only gonna get worse, man.
Right. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, starting at the first verse, and it reads, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Can I do 3?
God. When it says, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy I will put in thy mouth. Hey, this is the men of the Lord that's out there on the highways and byways and hedges, man. And it says, cause them to be written in paper because they are faithful and true, man. These writings and these sayings are faithful and true, man. Okay? So when we go into these scriptures and telling you, Jakes, be prepared so you don't have to be prepared. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, so you can already know what the hell to do, man. All right? Because right now you should be preparing yourself mentally, spiritually, and physically. That's why I've been on the elder apostles lately, like, hey, brothers should be getting in shape. Okay? Brothers should be exercising and stuff. Brothers should be changing their diet. They ain't saying that just to put Jake down, man. They saying that so you can be able to stand within the day of evil, man. It's beneficial. Right. And who you think that's coming from? That's coming from the Lord himself, man. Through the power, through the elder apostles, man. Okay? Keep going, bro.
Verse 3, it says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And those are the people who don't want to get ready. Okay? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
That's right. You see? And we just brought out in Ephesians 6 on take the shield of faith, man. If you don't got the shield of faith, you don't got your faith, it says you're gonna die in your what? In your unfaithfulness. Man. Okay? That means you wasn't ready, man. Okay? You ain't ready for the battle, man.
I got that.
Go ahead, bro.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, okay? It's starting at the 39th verse, okay? It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle. And in those days, this is talking about getting ready, and in those evils, even be as pilgrims on the earth. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose, and he that occupy merchandise as he that has no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein, he that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planteth the vineyard as he that shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall not, they shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widows. And therefore they that labor in vain. Okay? And this is what the brother going into, okay? If you go read up earlier, it talks about how the plagues come like a woman in the 9th month. Let me just get it, okay? Salakia, right? It says, behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods whom the Lord spake. Okay, these false gods. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Listen to this. When a woman with child in the 9th month bring forth her son, 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. So that's just like when a woman get ready to have a child, okay? The pains come and they leave off a little bit. And then, they're contractions. And that's how these plagues come upon the earth, okay? I don't remember the exact quote, but the elder Apostle Tahar and all the elders say, 10 years could happen in a week. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And that's how the labor pains come. When they come, they hurt and they endure for a while, then they kind of slack off, but then they come again. And that's how the women are when they in their 9th month, right? It says 2 or 3 hours of her 2 or 3 hours of her great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child come forth, they slack not a moment. Okay? And that's when Yahweh Shem Yahushai gonna come. Okay? The troubles come and slack off, But when Yahushai come, all the plagues, they're gonna come all at the same time. Okay? Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn. You see that? Okay? Okay, like as a whore envieth a righteous, honest, virtuous woman, so shall the righteous hate iniquity when she well, we just read that earlier, didn't we? Okay, so shall the righteous hate iniquity when she decketh herself, and shall accuse her to her face when he cometh, that shall defend him that diligently search out every sin upon the earth. See that? Okay? The water. The water for being patient with.
This is Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness, in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Right, talking about you two-third nation of Israel. Right, verse 11. For this cause, the Most High shall send them strong delusions.
Right.
They should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. Right. So yeah, you people, you have pleasure in unrighteousness. You know, Jake, you the face of unrighteousness. Esau, Edom, the wicked, and he said that he's going to be revealed. Okay. He made you the face of drugs. He made you the face of boredom. He made you the face of sodomy. He made you the face of what? Abortions. He made you the face of food stamps. You know, he made you the face of everything. Rock that, bro.
C-19.
That's right. And
You gotta get the blacks first.
right. And yeah, because you in that delusion. Like here it is, you know nothing. That's like somebody coming in and you know, somebody who got a mechanic coming into my shop and telling me how to do a brake job or whatever. You know, like if you know so much, then why didn't you do it your damn self? You know? But you telling me how to do my job. Alright? And that's pretty much what y'all doing to the prophets. You know? Like you ain't read shit. You ain't read shit. Don't know shit. But you got everything to say. Alright? Like I'm fucking tired of you people, man.
Right, and they want to say, well, that's your interpretation of the Bible. No, okay.
That's right.
You gonna be destroyed. Fuck you. That's the only thing we can say to you, man. Because you Jakes be trying to find any kind of avenue to avoid seeking after Yahweh Shini Al-Shai. But at the end of the day, that avenue still comes up, man. Okay? And you still try to dodge it, man.
Right. And you're not gonna dodge the destruction, man.
Nope.
Yeah. Hey, everybody got a plan, you know.
Everybody got a new.
Right. And this is the scriptures talk about 2 Ezra 15. We was reading it earlier. It said, because of their pride, the city shall be broken down. You know, man, you people out there are prideful, man. Damn. I mean, yeah, damn.
There was that one woman that said, we need to start sharing. Sharing is caring, and you need to get close with the neighbors. When they shut it off, we're gonna have to work together. But here's the thing, okay? The pandemic already showed that the people won't do what's necessary to survive. Ain't gonna be no rationing and okay, let's leave something for the next. They took every damn thing because it was too afraid to be without. Why? Because America never had to go through nothing like that. So their pride, ain't nobody gonna do the right thing. Okay, work with your neighbors. You're gonna be trying to get away from your neighbors because the neighbor gonna be looking to try to take what you got.
Hey, 2nd Ezra 15.
Esau engineered that shit like that for these people not to be neighbors.
Yeah.
Everybody is for themselves, and that started, you know, years ago. Because I remember a time where, shoot, your neighbor was decent, well, he could whoop your ass for your parents if they caught you doing something.
Right.
Now, nobody wants, oh, that's my, you know, and so that
Don't you be touching my son.
the village raise a child thing is done away with. And everybody is selfish and out for self, you know?
Hey, Sluggy, bro, this how it goes back to the hand of the white man, number one, and the so-called black woman. You know, his lapdog, his lackey.
Like, you can't even, like, I don't even remember the last time, you know, you can ask your neighbor for some sugar. You know, that shit gonna be over with. It been over with, man.
1997.
Like, I'm quite sure back in you brothers' days, that was quite common. Like, hey man, you got some bread, man. You know, I don't feel like going to the store or nothing like that. You know, let me get a couple loaves of bread. You know, it's simple. Nowadays, nigga, give me your damn bread, nigga. That's it. Or you gonna die. That's what it's going to be, man.
John,
Go
you know
ahead.
when they shut these food stamps off, okay? Don't be surprised you get on the news and see people getting took for their groceries, okay? Ain't no sharing, okay? You're gonna come out of Aldi's or wherever, and it's gonna be on. You gotta go get your groceries, put it in a cart and buy for it. Then you gotta fight to get it home, okay? And that's second Ezra 15, like the brother was saying. You know, sedition among men.
Yeah, your neighbor gonna break in your house to take your food, man.
Better park close to that, just close to the damn door. You know what I'm saying? And you better come out with maybe just a handful, because you got a cart full of that. Yeah, they easy picking.
Regular people, crackheads, all that.
They gonna knock your ass out, man.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, and verse 33. I'm starting at 32.
Yeah.
But of that day and that hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch.
Right. So hey, the only begotten Son don't know when his return is coming. The angels don't know. We don't know. But hey, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, say, hey, watch you therefore into prayer. Okay?
Those clues, man.
Exactly. He left us clues, signs, and wonders, man. Okay? And you would be a fool not to be paying attention, man. Okay? You seeing the evil times right now. You still ain't reading the room and paying attention, man. Okay? Jake don't give a damn what's going on. He waiting on NBA 2K, whatever, GTA 6, you know? He ain't paying attention to what the hell is going on, man.
Right. But everything that happens, oh, we got this before GTA 6. Who the fuck care about that shit, man? You better be paying attention to what the hell going on.
Right.
Just like Job 20 said, man, this man is almost about to complete his enterprise. Well, he not gonna be able to fully complete it, so what that tell you, man? We right here.
Man.
We right here, man. All this, the stage is set for this man to have this global domination. Right. But he won't fully reach it, but shit, everything is set in place for him to roll it on out.
Hey, the two words I remember Brother Tagwa went into it. Creeping normality and gradualism, man.
Yeah.
Hey, this devil, he's gradually putting shit in your face, man. Whereas everything gonna be digital now, man. Okay? They got the Walgreens set up already. Okay? They had the facial recognition. Public transportation. It's going to get to the point where
These jobs too. So like,
yeah. Hey, they gonna bring that. They see him, man. Like, hey.
Yeah, the foundation for it is already set.
It's set.
I don't care where you go, whether you see an electric kiosk, it's right down there where we teach at, okay? I mean, the cameras, the surveillance, okay? And even this new ID, okay? Which I was listening to Apostle Tahar, he was like, that's a federal ID. They doing away with locals like state rule, okay? They're trying to make everything federal. Okay, so
It's control.
right. So the groundwork and the hardware for this MO dot to the B, okay, it's already set, man. It's already set. Like we said earlier, Mexico went full CBDC. Okay, so in order for them to flip, it ain't gonna take nothing. We already seen what happened over there in the UK. Okay, Switzerland said, "Fuck it, we just gonna do it." Okay.
Yeah, over there in Switzerland, they all basically chipped up over there, man.
Right, and quiet as kept, it's a lot of people over here chipped up, okay, because they have laws, right, on the books that say you can't do it, right, it's not forced, but a lot of people voluntarily take it because of these companies looking toward what's coming in the future, saying, well, oh, it's coming, so we might as well go ahead and do it, so you can either take it now, voluntarily, or when it comes, you won't have no job. So the people like, all right, let me just go on and take it. You know, they still at some point still pushing that for them to take that, okay?
Yeah, like they got the smart meters going on now, like at your house.
Yeah.
Both your gas and electric. Like I sent the videos of Edomite, I meant to do a video on it. She caught them coming in to swap out her whole meter for a smart meter. And it was only because she caught them that she said, no, I don't want that. She refuses. So they said, okay, well then you got to pay this $11 each month. But the thing is, they eventually gonna stop that too. You know, you like, that's fine, I'll pay the $11 each month. Eventually they gonna come and do it anyway. Because first of all, they was already doing it without your knowledge and your consent. They just gonna come and do it anyway. And what are those smart meters gonna be used for? To digit from a computer, turn your shit off. They already just rolling that out. You know what I'm saying?
Because hey, them smart guys, they be getting shot at because they go turn their gas off, man. Now they can just turn the shit off with a flick of a
God, that's what you already said. Like, don't pay your bill. See what happened. You come home, the lights ain't on. You go down in the basement, you clicking, clack, 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 clack. The meter outside running. You think, oh, I got electricity. No, they don't. They at the office at delete. Just like they're gonna turn the MOTV off. Okay?
They can't cut heat
Right,
off.
no, they listen, everything Esau, what is it called? Auto app chaos.
Yeah.
It's total control. Okay?
That's what they want.
Power outages.
Right, you say something crazy. You take that MOTV, they're gonna cut that off too.
They gonna shut your ass down. That's what this is
I was just saying, like right now in China, you know, they got certain people that's they shut off from the system, so they just basically outside homeless, you know.
Right. You saw that too, brother, down there in Texas. Shahar. Yeah.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13. Now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such as them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts and cast away the burdens of men. Put off now the weak nature. Right, because you can't be thinking like a woman in that day, man. Well, what if? No, you gotta be like, okay, I know you how about you outside said this is going to happen. This is Jeremiah 30. This is Revelation 13, verses 15 to 16, okay? And the Lord said he's gonna take care of his servants. You gotta have faith, man. Okay? You can't let these mortal thoughts affect you in that day. Which we still in the flesh, you know, we gonna see some things that might shake us up, but you can't be overly consumed in it, over it, man. All right? And it says, and then set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from the times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, man. So, hey, there's going to be great evils upon this planet, man. Okay? Esau gonna make his move, man. All right? You jakes up are too busy trying to have fun and shit, man. But guess what? When that day comes, you can't say, oh, I didn't know. Nah, man. You gonna be in deep shit in that day, man. Okay? I told the brother, get 1 Thessalonians 5.
Yeah.
You read it, Ephesians. You're gonna get that and then you get your they only got 2 more precepts after that, so.
Wait on me, right?
Okay.
1 Thessalonians 5 and 6.
Let's start at verse 1.
Okay. It says, but the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord cometh so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
Right. Because here it is, they're going to bring about things as a means of convenience, okay? Especially with the digital ID, then soon the mark of the beast, okay? They try to make it as convenient as possible. They want to speak to you as a lamb, but behind that is the dragon, okay? You don't take it like the brother said over there in China, they can cut you off from society, man. Yeah. But this time, it's going to be, they're going to want to behead you because you didn't want to get down with the system, okay? So that's why, you know, we pushing the sense of urgency to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, okay? Because they saying peace and safety now, but hey, sudden destruction is going to come, okay? Keep going on.
But ye brethren are not in darkness, that that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light and the children of the day. We are not children of the night nor of darkness.
Right, because hey, we not lost, okay? Especially us that's of the circumcision. We not lost. We know what things are happening, man. But those that's of the darkness, they don't know what the hell is going on, man.
They don't know these scriptures.
Right, they trying to find every single remedy. They seeking after different gods. You know, niggas seeking after Buddha, man. Okay, niggas seeking after Allah. Okay, Christian, whatever God, man. Just trying to find some help, man. You niggas never considered Yahweh Shmi Al-Shai. You see the Hebrew Israelites all over the country, okay, on the highways and byways and hedges. What do you niggas do? You laugh, mock, and scorn, man. Okay? All on TikTok, making fun of us. But guess what? You gonna be the butt end of our joke, man.
Right. Yeah, hey, that's the spirit. I literally just did that video. It says our people love to reject the Most High, His Word, and the prophets. You know, had that one nigga walking past IUIC, you know, giving out flyers. That's why we not coming out here to give out flyers. He like, oh yeah, here go these Israelites. You know, he purposely walked past so when they try to give him a flyer so he can reject it. You know, like.
Nothing to do with the bullhorn.
Nah.
His ass. You seen that video of?
Yes, I
Boy,
seen it.
that motherfucker pushed his ass so damn hard. Nigga did a whole backflip, man.
We got up in cuffs. Oh, damn, why you get in cuffs that quick?
Yeah.
Cuffs.
That's what his ass get, man.
Yeah, like here it is. You coming up against, you know, people that's trying to help you, and even though IUIC is off, right? They off as hell and they're arrogant, but they still telling you that you're Israel and that you gotta repent, you know, and you don't want to hear it. But whatever, man, shit, that's on you, because you're gonna have to give account for it in that day.
Yep.
Because the Lord is gonna put all of us through the test, all of us. And guess what? He knows who's gonna pass. And deep down inside, you know if you're gonna pass or not. Like, you know how far you're willing to go.
That's gonna be the fate of a lot of you scoffers and scorners, man. Okay? You gonna get put down, man. Alright? Because really the Lord have mercy on that dude, man. Them damn devils could have literally pounded your ass into the damn earth, man. And here it is, he a coon, man. His ass talk all that shit about Jake, but your ass got straight leveled out by some Edomites, man. That'll go to show you doing all that just to get fucked up by Esau, man. Right. You trying to trim your ways to seek love, and your enemy punish your ass.
Oh, no, you're black. You're black.
That back fucked me up.
Verse 6, therefore let us not sleep as do others, for they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet the hope of salvation. For Yahweh hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Right. See that? You know, so hey, for they that sleep at night, meaning they still lost, man. They just don't want to wake up. They want to continue to be comfortable, okay, even after hearing the word, okay? And it says they that be drunken are drunken in the night, but let us who are the day be sober. Okay, we are watching into prayer, okay? We are seeing the signs of the time, all right? And then we met as 2 Esdras 9 says to do, measure down the time diligently within itself, okay? Because you are not sober, you are drunk. You are asleep, okay? You see when a drunk person sleep, you can't even wake them up, man. You like, hey man, get up. You can punch them everything. They don't get up, man. Just as much as we try to give these people in the world, especially Jake, these so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, we try to give you this word, you be like, man, I don't know about that, man. God-hating white people, that's just not feasible to me. Well, all right, you can go about your day, man. Okay?
And they say that because he's fair and gives them a chance to be on top, man. He's fair. That don't mean he don't. dealing with them like we dealing with us. That don't mean they're not finna get judged. You know.
Yeah, out of all the things that happened to Israel, they don't have nothing to say about that, about slavery and all that. But when it's a so-called white man turn to be in slavery, now everybody's in an uproar.
No, we all should get along. Esau ain't say that about us.
Man, that shit's sick, man.
That's Stockholm syndrome for you, man. I told you. Yeah,
You talking here, right?
Yeah,
Revelation 16.
okay, so about go ahead and bring that yo, you said.
Okay. The Proverbs 24.
Yeah, you get that.
Okay. This is the book of Proverbs 24, verse 27. And it reads, it says, prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause, and deceive not with thy lips.
Verse 27 was the point. It says, prepare thy work without and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thy house. Basically, prepare it, you know? Because if you ain't doing nothing, you ain't preparing yourself, you ain't building on a good foundation, then you are going to be swept away, man. That's why the Lord said, build your foundation upon a rock. And who is the rock? It's Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? So if you ain't building your house with the right materials, and you bring in these impurities and it's soft, you know, it's going to collapse upon you, man. So you have to be able to prepare yourself, man. You know, so prepare thy work, man. You know, be ready, man. So you don't have to get ready, man. Because there's going to be a lot of jakes want to get ready at the last minute. I mean, you brothers, don't you hate when you telling somebody you on the way, and then they start getting ready at the last minute? That's going to piss you off, man. How you think the Lord going to feel? He like, know what? Leave that nigga, man. You know, I got an auntie like that. She say she on the way, and you get ready at the last minute, she leaving your ass, man. Now, how much more the Lord, man? The Lord like, oh, you want to get ready at the last minute? All right, shit, you didn't get it saved. The Lord is coming for those that got the clothes on, they ready to go, okay? That's why the scripture talk about, you know, keeping your garments white, man. You know, you always ready, all right?
Revelation 16 and 15, and it reads, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see your shame.
See that? Hey, once again, this is the Lord saying he cometh as a thief, man. All right? The Lord is warning you, Jake, that he is coming like a thief, man. All right? And it says, and blessed is he that keepeth watch. You keeping watch for what? The signs and the times, man. All right? You measuring down the time diligently, man. All right? And it says, and keeping his garment, meaning you keeping purity, man. Meaning what? You teaching 100% truth, man. All right, you ain't having no spots in your garment, man. Okay, you are ready. All right, as we were just talking about, you know, hey, if you ain't ready, you gonna get left, man. All right, you want to get ready at the last minute. Then it says, lest you walk naked and they see his shame. Okay, you gonna be exposed, man. Okay, you gonna be done for, basically, man. All right. Good brother,
The book of Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 5, verse 7. Matter of fact, let me start at 6. And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath come from him, and his indignation rested upon sinners. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Right. Make no tarrying. You know, what does it mean to tarry? Meaning to be sitting there, man. Okay? You are going to be destroyed in a way, man. Okay? And it says that put not off from day to day, man. Because, hey, you should be abounding in the work, man. Okay? Because you're abounding in the work, hey, you always being ready, man. Okay? Versus the Jake that's not doing anything, you just like shit, man. You show up, you hop out, you don't got no works, man. Okay? The Lord don't want a guy like that. He want a brother, a son that's putting in the work, man. Okay? We are laboring. We are labormen. Okay? We gotta be always working, man. Okay? Doing these videos, studying, you know, and growing in the knowledge, man. Okay? Versus you settling and just like, shit, I'm cool where I'm at, man. Deuteronomy 28, that's it. Okay? And you see what happens to a lot of chicks that's stuck just there, man. They don't grow and they end up falling out, man. Okay?
Yeah, I got a couple. This is Book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 47. It reads, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drawed the shore, set it down, gathered good into vessels, but cast the bad away. So shall it be at the end of the world, the angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth." So when we're looking at that, you think about it, you know, the word is a sifter. Right? The Lord sent the prophets in this day and in this time with his word to sift these people. The word is a drag net. Goes and pulls in all kinds of fish. Those that are bad, cast away. You know, so like what the brother's saying, so being unjust and wicked, you're gonna be cast away. Okay? The Lord is only going to keep those who keep his word. Now, true enough, all of us, you know, out there, everybody's not going to be a prophet, everybody's not going to be a teacher. You know, brothers be believers, sisters be believers, and so on. You know, but if the Spirit is on you to be a prophet and a teacher, that's what the Spirit's going to have you to do. Right? In conjunction with that, I'm going to go to Revelation 22:11 and say that he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. He that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. Verse 12, "And behold, I come quickly, and my report is with me to give every man according as his work shall be." So like the brother was saying, you ain't doing anything, you're sitting on your knees, taking your rest, you just know how to say, how about sitting outside and puff on your fucking joint, or whatever it is you got. Hey man, it's bad business. You know, you unjust.
Hey, the Lord don't want a guy like that, man. The Lord wants a guy that's going to bow in the work, man. That's going to constantly be doing what he's supposed to be doing, man. Okay? The Lord don't want no lazy man. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Because the Lord, if you try to be lazy and the Lord dealing with you, he'll put that fire underneath you, man. Okay? And then sometimes we need that, man. Okay? Some guys, they are here to warn you and so like, they ain't referring to me, man. You know, I'm good. You know?
This is James chapter 2 and verse 17. "Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead being alone.
Right.
Yea, a man may say thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. Thou believest there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble."
Right.
You know, like, hey, and this is Paul. Like, this is James talking to Jake. You know, and because Jake always say, yeah, as long as I believe in God. Like, nah, bro, it's bigger than that.
Right.
You know, like, not to say the Most High ain't big enough, but the Most High got certain guidelines and laws and protocols that you have to follow. All right, and in order for you to be accepted in the sight. Okay. Because it said the devils also believe. Hey, Esau believe in the Most High. Hey, Esau knows he's at least they know that they're the Edomites.
Doing his job.
Okay. Right, and that's the spirit that the Lord gave him. You know, Proverbs 16:4. The Lord have made all things for himself. Yeah, even the wicked from the day of evil. Right. All right, I'm gonna keep going. It says, verse 20, but wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead? Right, it says you a vain person. Like these so-called Christians, because the real Christians are the men of the Lord. They follow the Messiah. All right, they ain't calling on Jesus. They not eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, oysters, squid. Right. Okay. They not lining up their damn beard. All right, they're not getting linings. Okay, they're not getting tattoos. Right. You know, I had this one dude I went to high school with. He said his parents told him, "Oh, you can get a tattoo just as long as it's a Bible scripture or praying hands or some bullshit like that." You know, and
get your ass destroyed, man.
That's right. In which that nigga just wanted to get a tattoo anyway. So and he pretty much gave him the shit that he wanted to hear because he was gonna do it anyway. It says, verse 21. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Seest thou how faith wrought his works, and by works was faith made perfect. And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed the Most High, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of the Most High. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only. Likewise also was not Rahab the harlot justified by works when she had received the messengers and had sent them out another way? But as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. Right? Because they go hand in hand. If you got faith, that means you got works. If you got works, obviously you got faith. Okay? You can't have one without the other.
And all that stems to you having the fear of the Lord. Okay? Because you know what the Lord can do. Okay? I got to preach that too. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leave, that say in their heart, Yahweh would do no good, neither would he do no evil. Right. Because hey, the Lord doing that. He constantly doing that. Searching Jerusalem with candlesticks, man, to see if you doing the work, man. Okay? And that's how the Spirit seek you out, man. All right? Because, hey, man, if you settle on your leaves, it's going to show, man. Okay? You putting up a video every here and there. Okay? It's asking you to break down this. You don't, oh, man, you know, I don't know. And then you get asked again, oh, I don't know. Then at that point, you just really you ain't really about this, man. And then eventually, the Spirit will kick you out, man. Okay?
Proverbs 21 and 25. Despite their desires, the lazy will come to ruin, for their hands refuse to work. And it's just like, and it's true, man, if you're not doing the work, it's just inevitable you're going to fall out, man. Hell, there was brothers that was doing the work, but they heart wasn't just, they mind wasn't in it, man. They was looking for reason to put the plow down. Because what? The cares of this world, man. And now what? This world is fucking finna pass away.
And they finna pass away right
pass
along
away
with
it, man. It's not an even trade-off, man. The ways of the Lord are equal, man. Anything you niggas is trying to do out here is not gonna be equal, man. To the Lord's ways. It's gonna be a damn burden to you in the end.
Right. Like any way outside of your how about Shemel Shah is death.
It's death.
You know? That's why the Lord is very adamant about going through the straight gate.
That's our
There's only one way. That's it.
It's our only help, man. Only way. We're not gonna get help from our enemies.
Right.
Your mama. Hey. It's only one way, man. That's why Scripture says that I am the way, truth, and the life, man.
Nobody come to the Father but by me.
Right.
And you got niggas out here, why I gotta go here, man? Okay, you gonna see why, nigga. You gonna see why. We need him.
Yeah, hey.
That's that pride, man. That's gonna get you niggas killed, man.
Right. Narrow is the way. Straight is the way and broad is the way, man. A lot of you niggas want to go into the broad way, man. And it's gonna get you destroyed, man. Okay?
Man, I was just D-Mash was talking about that other D-Mash. All the guys that put down the plow, just imagine what they thinking now. Digital IDs coming, you know they like, man, I can't.
Man, you're not finna be able to do shit no way. Like, it really don't make sense, man.
Put down the plow for some moment, just a few seconds of pleasure, man. No way, man.
Just a few moments of not having to do no work. Now, you thinking like, man, I should have just
stayed, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not an even trade-off, man. It's not, man.
Yeah, it's like going bankrupt. Lose everything.
Book of Romans chapter 12, because if you have, because everybody got their gifts, right? But everything you're supposed to be doing is supposed to be into the betterment of the body. You don't just sit on those gifts for nothing. So everything, whatever you do have, you're supposed to be using it for the betterment. You know, you got sisters who make garments, right? They provide their service. You got brothers who are herbalists, they provide their service. If it's on them to do it, they're supposed to do it in sincerity towards the body. As Romans 12:4, for as we have many members in one body, all members have not the same office. So being many are one body in the Lord, and every member is one of another. Having then gifts differing according to the grace that is given unto us, whether prophecy, let us prophesy according to the proportion of faith, or ministry, let us wait on our ministering, or he that teacheth on teaching, or he that exhorteth on exhorting, or he that giveth, let him do it with simplicity. He that ruleth with diligence, he that showeth mercy with cheerfulness. So bottom line is, whatever your gift is, you're supposed to be using it for the betterment of the body, not idle hands, sitting and slacking. You know, would you rather do something else or whatever it is? So whatever you have is supposed to be to the betterment of the body. You know, I do see some videos of some sisters that just do lessons specifically for sisters. You know what I'm saying? And how to be a wife or how to cook or make this or whatever. I just look at that as they trying to earn their spot. You know what I'm saying? You know, and sisters listening, etc. Brothers and sisters make garments, which is good, because brothers need somebody to go to get that, some herbs or jewel stones or whatever it is that they have is using it for the ministry. That's what you're supposed to do it for. You're not just some idle hands just doing whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be for the body, for the betterment, so that you can be saved. So the point is, you're supposed to be putting it to work, at least in the body, or doing something, you know?
Scripture talk about much idleness leads unto wickedness, basically. Roughly paraphrasing. So when you are settling on your knees, you're allowing all much of kind of wickedness to enter, man. Okay? That's why you gotta be busy within this faith, man. Okay? Always tune into the videos, okay, doing the videos, doing other things that's beneficial for you in the ministry, man. Okay, to keep your lamp on fire, man. Okay, because if you not doing that which is conducive to you with it being in the faith, the Lord can shut your candle out and just put you to death, man. And that's what's gonna happen to a lot of guys, man. Okay, so anybody got any?
Well, yeah, just that also that Yahweh Shah talked about the napkin. Well, Lord, you know, only got this one little, and the Lord said you should have did something with it. So whatever you got, you're supposed to do something with it. You just can't say, well, I don't have the gift of exhortation. Okay, but do you have the gift on teaching? Then teach. You know, you like history, you like the specific history, you can break it down, break it down. You know, I remember I told the old camp head, right, I actually told him, I said, man, I was being honest, I was like, I see why the Lord set you up. I said, you know how to explain stuff to our people that, you know, in street terms so they can get it. And he was like, yeah, I know how to break it down to where even a nigga can get it, right? And you took that gift and you ain't did shit with it. You know, that's messed up.
Oh, man.
You know, you acknowledging that the Lord gave you a gift for something and you ain't even using it.
Just a wasted talent.
Just waste. Like, that's something good. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you have, if it's breakdowns, teaching, exhorting, just a lot of times when brothers go into knowing how to deal with women and keeping your strength, a lot of brothers need to hear that. Everything have its appropriate time. That's how the spirit moves. You know, if my next lesson might be on prophecy. This brother next lesson might be on history. This brother next lesson might be on the Christian church or whatever it is, because it's all fitting and conducive to the body. It's many members. So whatever you can say, man, I ain't that good when it comes to the breakdown or the Hebrew. Well, you use your strength and talents to put a best foot forward. And you got to show effort that you want to learn. You know, the Hebrew really is not hard. Not hard at all.
You can't just be stuck.
Yeah, you got to grow.
You gotta at least put forth some type of effort. That's where your how much man shot is looking for.
And we work with you, you know.
The words right out of my mouth.
Yeah, a lot of times you see something or hear something, that fire come like, oh, I gotta get. I forgot what it was I was telling you around. I was like, when I seen that shit, I was beelining into the crib. I had to get a video done real quick. Instantly, like, I forgot what it was, but it was something that just happened last week. And it was like, oh, I got a beeline into the crib.
And I'm gonna share this quick dream that I had, man. It was over I think it was Friday. And I remember it was Apostle Gabar talking to brothers, man. And basically it was something regarding, like, you know, brothers need to basically grow. And basically the elder Apostle Gabar is like, you brothers got into April, man. You know, to basically get your shit together, man. You know, if you don't get your shit together, then hey, you're gonna have to get excommunicado, bro. You know, because there's a lot of brothers that just don't want to do shit, man. Okay? And hey, that's just a spiritual warning, you know. Hey, the Lord gonna be sifting brothers out, man. Okay?
Yeah, I just mentioned this in my video last night. You know, like, even in the kingdom, you know, like, Lord willing, I make it. You constantly gonna be learning about different elements. You're constantly gonna be learning about people, judgment. All right, it's innumerable galaxies out there, innumerable solar systems and planets and things to see. You know, you constantly gonna be learning. You know, like the best way of how to move. You know, how to build or whatever. But yeah, hey, those palaces and stuff need to be built.
It's a part of growing. I had to get cursed out, rebuked before, but I understood it's for love. Even on the job, sometimes you gotta get rebuked and cursed out so you can grow.
And embarrassed, man.
Yeah, embarrassed.
Yeah.
So they get into the basically where I think one point I was told at one point, look, you gonna be like this, like you was today, don't show up tomorrow. And guess what? I showed up tomorrow with my A game. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just leave, but you know, I was frustrated, had a bad day, and I was told, look, if you're gonna show up like this, don't show up tomorrow. And I showed up tomorrow and I brought my A game. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it. You know, that's what the Lord wants, is to get you up and He wants you to make it. Like one of y'all brothers read, this isn't for our destruction, for to be destroyed. I think I read it. So that we can make it, so that we can be saved. So if you gotta have that fire lit, you gotta have that fire lit. You know?
And again, that's Jake gonna learn like that. You
Yeah,
can't
right.
come talking nice to Jake. And, you know, I see it in children when they're young. Man, they gonna look at these little 1, 2, they gonna look at you like you a damn fool and go back to doing what the hell they do. As soon as you raise your voice, or, you know what I'm saying, be real stern with them, or, you know, austere with them, they tighten up. It's just Jake, man. You gotta talk to them how they need to be talked to.
It's like being a football coach or a basketball coach. They know it ain't nothing personal, but they about to curse your ass out on the field. What are you doing now? Then after the game, all right, everybody, good game. Let's go get something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Because they know you can't get offended. He's just doing the job. You're a
Call
coach.
that a block?
Yeah.
Oh man, you fuck up a play. Go sit your ass on the bench.
How
No,
many-
you ain't getting back in them.
How many inches are in the mile? 5,280. Take this ball, you run every one of them. You know what I'm saying? My man, you're killing me, Petey. Remember the title.
Yeah.
You know? That's the job. You got something?
Just right to the point, because it's a beautiful statement. James 1:5, it reads, if any of you lack wisdom, let him ask the Most High, who give it to all men liberally, and wait it not, and it shall be given him. And let him ask in faith, not wavering. And he that wavereth, like a wave of the sea driven and the wind tossed. So we ask through faith, if we weak in a certain point, or we don't understand something, or we need wisdom to apply to a certain part of our life, we can go to the Lord. He'll listen to you. He'll give you the faith. He'll give you the strength. He'll bring the wisdom to you. Either through the Spirit for yourself, you may read something in the scriptures, and then it opens up your eyes, your spiritual eyes, and you say, I got it now.
Niggas, then you are bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now no chastening for the present seemed to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yielded a peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them that are exercised thereby. And that's what you got to go through in this truth, man. You literally just got to take it, and it all just goes into faith, because when you was getting chastised, when you was in the world, you was doing wickedness, or just flat out, you was just too weak, to handle it, because in the Christian church, they just talk about prosperity and this and all this other bullshit. But when you come into the truth, hey, you're gonna get broken all the way down and built back up. You're gonna have to take some losses. And that's all a part of the growing process. Like you working out. You work out, break down the muscle, and build it back up. Break it down, build it back up. And then it gets stronger, 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 and stronger.
Hey. Sometimes you get chastised too, man. That's for your betterment, man. Okay? Appreciate all the brothers that have been to a point in time where they had to get cussed out, man. Okay? It's needful. It's needful, man. Yeah. And when the elder apostles do a video and they getting mad at brothers and stuff, hey, that's a message to all of us, man. Yeah. Okay?
It's lucky if we cutting you off, but that's one of the reasons that drew us in too, because we never heard the scriptures being brought out, truthfully and uncut, unadulterated. So, you get a rebuke and you're like, okay, but like the brother said, it's out of love, it's out of love. It's for you to be built up and get your shit together.
A good example is that brother Tazayar in KC. I remember, I didn't know it was him, but I remember watching the camp of KC when he came down, and my lawyer was speaking to him, and he was basically like, yeah, I need to get back serious and all that. My lawyer was like, oh man, you might as well just go on about your business. You ain't for real. And he's like, no, I'm staying. I want to be a part of it. And now he's a part of the camp. You see? He didn't get offended and say, all right, I'm out of here then, man. He was like, look, how long Oh man, you might as well go back. Going back. He was like, no, I'm staying. I want to be a, and now he's a part of the camp. You see what I'm saying? So, because he basically smote himself as like, I need to get serious. And the brother was there to let him know, like, yeah, you need to be for real about this. And guess what? He's a part of the camp, and now he's teaching other brothers. So we all basically come from that point. We've all had to deal with it, and here you got to be told about yourself. It's part of growth in the spirit and etc. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through that so you can be a better teacher, a better prophet, as the Lord wants us to be. So, part of it.
Brother, got any closing statements? So Lord's willing, you take something for this, always staying ready so you don't have to get ready at the last moment. We're going to end it here. Giving all praise to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rikakadash.
Till next time, till next camp, we're going to say Shalom, Kwama Shabala, Abba, Abba.
Abba, Abba.